Okay, Commander, thank you for today. I know this is something that you're looking forward to,
Yeah.
and something that you had mentioned before your term as the Commander RFMF, something that you aspired to do.
Yeah.
If you can just tell us, what transpired today and what was going through your mind when you met the girls.
Yeah. First, I thank all those that read the story. Thank you to Fiji Sun for to print it. I had put it in my Facebook page. We in the hope that I would meet these two. Well, I refer to them as the two sisters again, and we met today. And yeah. So I met today, and thank you for those that helped track them. Thank you, Rosi, for that. And I had tasked my daughter-in-law also to try and track them. And we met for the first time again this morning, around about 10 o'clock at Namadi, where they stay 56 Pandamlan. I had no idea what to expect. The last time I saw them, they were these 15 and 18-year-old girls waving from inside the ambulance as they left. And I've never seen them since. But so I didn't know how they, what they look like. Etc. But as soon as we met, we all started crying. I don't know, maybe because I was in uniform, but they told me as we were driving back in the car that every time they'll see me on TV, they'll tell their kids that that's the guy that came with his crew that rescued us. But it was a wonderful feeling just to we broke the rules for COVID. I had prepared because I have in the car the sanitizer. They didn't care about COVID. They came and hugged and we were all thankful that of what happened then. I think thankful for today also. To me, I think I lied when I said in the part of my story where I said that as I watched them drive out of the naval base waving from the ambulance, I thought that I mentioned that one of the best times of my lifetime and time, one of the best part or I can't remember exactly what I wrote, of my naval career has just passed, never to return. I think I lied. I think it came back. Yeah. I can feel again that wonderful, beautiful moment of my life that I talked about that had passed that day. I'm so thankful that it didn't go away. Meeting those two girls brought that moment back, and we were coming in the car as we were driving from Namadi to here. I had our chief engineer. I picked him up from Nadera and then went up to pick them up. They were. It was like them on board the Kula again. I was there, just driving down. That feeling that their life, I know it just came to me. You need to be careful. You can't kill them now. When they were in my car as I was driving them, the same feeling that came to me when we saw them, that they were that you can't fail. You've seen them, they are alive. You can't fail. And when in the story, and those things that were cutting across that the chances of us doing it whenever it come, whether it was when the boat got swept away, when we couldn't launch for the first time, we couldn't see them. Even today when I was driving them down, that feeling came back to me, and I was thinking, really, you cannot, you must drive carefully. You had saved them. You can't now get them into an accident again. That's exactly the same thing. It's amazing, amazing to feel that again. I guess there will be. You hear how see, that's the crew. Chirpy, very vocal group. It's a very close bond. You hear them. For them to see them again today, just hear the chirpiness there, and that's exactly the kind of noise you would hear on the bridge when we first found them, and then saw them that they were almost flipping over. We were all of a sudden very quiet. You heard how quiet they were when you walked in. As they saw them for the first time. Exactly, it's exactly that kind of thing. But for if there is one thing for me today, I'm so thankful to God. Thankful to God for today, that I'm able to meet them again. And not only me, but for the crew, not all, but to meet them. It was good for Vondo to call. And I want to see them for the first time. This is the guy that jumped overboard and something. They were telling me in the car that they have kids. The younger one, Liliana, she said she's got 9 kids. 9 kids lately. That life is now raising 9 others. And to me, I feel that God used my life and my crew's life for 9 other lives. For Liliana, and I think Lute has got 6. So I'm thankful for that. The story and the moments that we captured, even up until now, that's one of it. It's one of the stories, the moments that sailors go through. Today, as I was about to go up and pick them up, I was just looking through the internet on photos of Kulu. And I saw one recent one where they had same spot. I think there was this crew, New Zealand businessmen they rescued with their key. Then saw them getting off the boat, some photos. But there's so many other stories like this. We go out and save them, save people. I have an opposite story that I'm not too sure whether I will tell, and that is a story of failure, and it is just as painful. When we go out on a search and rescue mission, and you do not rescue. We were the ship that were deployed to go and search for those that remember the people that came from Vikumbia to Lambasa. One lady swam and survived. We arrived in that search area well because we were camped and we were told to go. It was almost like deploying to these two girls. So we sailed the night. By the morning we were in what we thought was the search area. So we started searching, and then we asked the police to go and interview the lady again. And when they interviewed the lady, from her story, we realized that it was a different search area that was. So we shifted our search. By then, time had passed. And every time I hear the story of those that came from Vikumbia, I've always wondered whether we could have saved some of them, because the information that was given to us first was not as accurate. She had just survived. Later, when they interviewed her, we had to shift our search area again, but time had passed. And when you are in the water, time is of the essence. And every time I hear that story, I will wonder, could have we saved some of them? The fact that none was seen, none, no debris, nothing. But that's the other end of this job. You have these joyous moments like this, and when you go and do a search and you do not find them, it's a painful experience. You go through both ends. But this is one good one, and and I'm not too sure how far one has tracked a rescue to 25 years later. I think this would be a one-off kind of thing where you track them 25 years later and found them, and only meeting them again after 25 years after you save them is a wonderful feeling, I tell you.
So for you personally, what kind of life lesson has this given you as a person, as a leader?
Yeah, I was going to share that also in the story, but I thought it was too long. One of the lessons of this day has carried me through, and the lesson is that God had created us with everything that you need for life. If you listen to the thoughts that came through my mind, the decisions that I did, made, all those spur of the moment decisions. There's nowhere where I learned those. None. It just came. It just came to me, and worked on it. And that had taught me that big lesson that, hey, each of us is built, inbuilt in us is everything you need for life. So I've always remembered that, and every time I would, I got sent out to jobs that I've never trained in. I got sent off to be director of immigration. I had no training on immigration, but I've always remembered this day and tell myself, okay, Vili, okay, you know nothing about that thing now, but go there. You have it inside you. So usually I stare. I say, Lord, I have no idea what to do. I'm good. And all my job has been like that. And I find that when I go there, you find things in you that that you have, things that you have that are useful, that is useful. And I've always carried that lesson through. We should be confident of who we are. I think too often we think too often we compare ourselves with others, where you begin to rate yourself lowly. But the truth of the matter, I think, the truth of life is, we are all created to be great people. You have to believe in yourself, believe in the way God created you. And wherever God puts you in life, whether you're working as a reporter for the Fiji Sun, whether you're a commander of RFNS, whether you're a father, whether you're a mom, whether you are an older brother, all those places inbuilt in you are things that will help you in that job, whether it is a job, whether it is a relationship. It is just a matter of just being confident of who you are. That is the lesson that I learned that day, that has carried me right through. People need to believe in themselves, to have confidence in themselves. God created you beautifully, ready. It's ready. What would be the right word? You're created ready for every situation in life that you go through. It's a matter of, it's not looking far. We need to learn to look at ourselves, look in, and believe in the beautiful person that we are individually. That has carried me through. And I think I can say that I've proven the fact. Immigration, no training at all. But God had inbuilt in me things that is useful. Whether it is an opportunity, whether it is a learning attitude, for example, go in and learn the job. Fisheries and forest, no training as a permanent secretary, as a minister, even this job. As commander RFMF, I was not looking forward to being prepared for the job. It gets thrown at you, or you're thrown into it. You panic a little bit, which is okay. We do not know everything, but I always fall back on the belief that God had created me and equipped me for wherever He puts me. So I will start from there and begin to learn myself into the job. It takes a bit of time, and then you find you become useful again. To me, that's the lesson that I learned from this. It stayed with me all this time. But it's a wonderful feeling. It's a privilege in my view. Privilege to be chosen by God to be with these guys, to be the ones to go and rescue. And I'm sure it had built up their lives too. But yeah, thankful for the opportunity, thankful to God for using our lives to save another life. And today I've extended it, using our life to save another life, to
15 lives.
15 more lives with it. To me, that's rewarding for me. That's reward enough to wear this uniform. I can die tomorrow and be happy.
And so, moving forward, what's the future for you?
I'm in my last year now of my 5-year contract. That's why one of the reasons why I put the story out. I was wanted to meet them before I really shared my uniform as a military person. I do not know. I do not know. I know God knows what happens to me after my contract finishes. And again, as I said before, wherever He's going to send me, I know that He's going to equip me also to be able to go and do that. It could be fishing out in the village, which I do not mind too. and I know that I'm equipped for that one very well.
Okay, sir, betul-betul?
No, that's it.